Okay, so I'm going to do a quick little webinar on presentations on the go, communicating anything. All the big business books and magazines nowadays are talking about storytelling as the new business. So whether you're in sales or marketing or anything like that, it's all about storytelling. And in a visual world, when we use presentations, it's easier to tell a story. So when I'm doing my webinars and my education, I like to use this program called Prezi. Prezi. And I love it because it's cloud-based, so when I make the what you would call a PowerPoint, so when you make the PowerPoint, it's saved on your computer, it's saved on your iPad, it's saved on your laptop, it's saved everywhere. So no matter where I am, I'll always have access to my presentations, even on your iPhone. So sometimes you might be at a party and you run into somebody and they're thinking about selling their home. Right on your phone could be your listing presentation, and you can flip through it quickly to show them the cool things that you're up to and why you're a good realtor. So it's nice to be able to have your presentations at your hip, right on your phone. You can have it on your laptop as well. You can save it right onto the computer so you don't need to have access to the internet. And it's a perfect little tool. So it's free for everybody who's out there. I use the $5 one because it makes my presentations private, and but if most realtors can just get away with the public one because they want everybody to see their presentations. I use the private one because I use my presentations to educate realtors, and there's usually a fee behind that, so I don't want that out there for everybody. But then there's also the pro one, so I would probably just stick with the public or this middle class one for $5. Now, the most common presentations would be a listing presentation. You'd want a buyer presentation. Maybe you have a team and you want to have a join our team presentation showing what an agent gets for working with your group. Maybe some sort of like mini seminar, like rent-to-own seminar, investing in real estate, something you can quickly flip through when you have a conversation with somebody about that. Market stats is also a great one because every month some realtors do either a blog or a video talking about the market in their area, and then they put that on Facebook or on their website as content. Well, you could put all of the stats on Twitter, not on Twitter, on this Prezi program, and then make a recording of it doing the stats. And what's awesome about it is, I don't know if you've noticed in the background, but as you flip back and forth between one slide to the other, it's very fluid. It just transitions from one to the next. So I'm going to give you an example of a presentation. So here's a sample listing presentation that I would be able to pull out on my phone or on my computer if I was with somebody. And I'd say, so Mr. and Mrs. Seller, this is my online marketing plan. And to start off, I'm going to have a professional photographer come through. They're going to come through and take pictures of your house, and they're going to make it sparkle. I don't know if you've noticed when you're looking on the MLS, but sometimes it says no photos available. Or you can tell that the agent or the seller used a phone to take the pictures. Well, we don't do that. We have a professional photographer who's going to come through and truly make your home stand out. When we do that, we're going to create a web page specifically for your listing. So your home is going to have its own listing page that we're going to be able to market everywhere, on mobile devices, on computers, in print media. Everybody's going to be driven to this page so that they can interact with your listing. So as an example, when people are looking at your listing, they might say, hey, you know what, we really like this kitchen, but the blue color on the wall doesn't stand out for us. They can change the colors of your property. They can change the colors of the cabinets. They can change the type of countertops, so they can interact with your property and truly make it feel like their own. The other thing is, sometimes we have listings that are vacant or have an empty room and we just have to stage it. You can have a home stager come through and it's going to cost thousands of dollars, especially if you have to rent the furniture. Well, we can virtually stage a property. So I know this looks like a real picture, but it's not. It's virtual furniture that gets placed into your property. So what we do is take a picture of the empty room, and then we have a virtual staging company virtually stage it. And this is all part of our virtual tour company. So the same people who come through and take a picture of your property, they also have the back-end software to allow us to do this. And they have different types of furniture, so it's not like the choice is limited. There's different styles and flavors. It's like owning an IKEA for your home. And the best part about it is it keeps the branding consistent. So when we have that virtual tour and that page set up for your website, we can email it off to everybody. You can print it off as brochures, so you can print it and we can print it, and it creates a tangible item that people can take with them. It's going to have all the high resolution photos that we took of your property, and this is something that people are going to be able to take away with them. We print it on resume paper because it has a nice texture and feel to it. Other listings sometimes you see is just a black and white printout on a copy machine, and so that doesn't make your home stand out when the people leave with that. With this, it's resume paper, it's printed, and it's branded with everything they've already seen. The virtual tour gets automatically uploaded to YouTube so that we can leverage that. And then also that page that we said we make for you works on iPhones, so people can have access directly on their iPhone. Now, when we list the property, it gets blasted out to all these channels. It's very limited if you just put it on the MLS, or if you just put it on Facebook and all these other places. You have to really reach out and deep, because there's people that are relocating from all over the country to our area. So when we have this page finished for you, we're going to blast it out to all of these channels. It's maximum exposure. Now, one of the biggest feedbacks that the realtor community gets from the sellers is that we don't communicate enough. Sometimes we can't get the buyer feedback, so we don't have feedback to give you. Well, to alleviate that, every week we help you understand the marketing efforts of your property. So how many people have seen it online? You might say, nobody's shown the property this week. Well, then we can show you 300 people looked at it online this week. And it just helps us understand where the home's positioned in the marketplace. So we give you access so that you can log in and see it, but then I'm also going to follow up weekly and show you this as well. With that page that we create for you, we do the search engine optimization for that page so that when people search listings on that street, your virtual tour is going to come up in the ranks of Google and MSN and Yahoo. We also use QR codes, and an example of that would be on the sign writer. So right on the for sale sign, we're going to have the QR code. You know what? Sometimes the buyers who are out there, they just don't want to talk to a realtor. They just want to find out the price of the home and see if it fits with their criteria. So we give them different options through the virtual tour company that we use. We can have a texting option where people text a number to another number, and then they're going to get your virtual tour sent to their phone. Now, the cool part about that for us is that when it goes to their phone, we know what their phone number is. So I can call them up and say, hey, I saw that you had a chance to see the virtual tour. I just wanted to see if you wanted to book a showing and actually see it with your own eyes, because you have to see it to believe it. We also branch it out using the social media that's out there so that you can promote it as well, letting all your friends and family know that your home is listed and that they can interact with your property. You could even say, have a contest with your friends and family about who can decorate the home the best with that changing of the walls or adding furniture and whatever, and you can have a mini contest within your sphere of influence. So your thoughts so far, and then I would end my presentation and go into price and listing date and all that information. But that was an example of a presentation that I could do on my iPhone, I could do it on my computer, I could do it wherever. You can also print it off and put it in a binder and flip through the pages as well. So it's a really, really cool program. Now, let me back up for a second. Oh, actually, I might as well tell you about the virtual tour company that I use. It's called Obeo. It's right across Canada and the States. And everything I said in my listing presentation is all done because of Obeo. So once the photographer comes through, you have the page that is automatically made. And then from that page, you can do all sorts of things, such as allowing people to change the color on the walls, virtually staging it with the furniture, printing your own feature sheets using the Obeo virtual tour, uploading it to YouTube. You'll get the page that is being made also works on mobile devices, which seems to be limited with some of the real estate companies that are out there. It also gets automatically branched out to all those portals, so it's super simple. Press of a button. Market updates. the search engine optimization, it allows you to search engine optimize the landing page so that when people search the street and the address that it comes up and gets found. QR codes are automatically built. The texting is a really cool feature, and I like it because it's built right in with Obeo. So sometimes you have to use a different QR code company, or you have to use a different toll-free company or texting company. Well, it's all built into this one package. And then branching it out to the social media. So it's all interconnected, and you just have to make that one phone call, and then you get to do all of that. So I really like Obeo. And I'm going to send you guys a link to try out Obeo. It's right across Canada and the States. And I'm going to make a presentation right now. So this is Prezi. So I have 17 Prezis that you guys have seen in the past. When you get Prezi, I'm going to give you a link to it. You can create a new Prezi. So I'm going to create a brand new one from scratch and show you the easiest way to make a presentation. So I'm just going to do a blank one. Now over on the left is your timeline. So if you're using PowerPoint, that would be slide 1, the next one would be slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, slide 5. I'm going to zoom out and delete that whole thing because I don't want that circle. I'm going to, there's frames and arrows. If I click this drop down, I can add a new frame. So I'm going to add, how many slides is your presentation? If your listing presentation is 15 slides, then you'll want to add 15 frames. So I'm just going to draw, any one of these are the same. It's all frame. It's just this one is a bracket, this one is a circle, this one is a rectangle, and then this one is an invisible frame. I like to use the invisible frame. So there's one. I'm going to click on it and copy it and then paste. So there's 2, and it doesn't matter the order. You can actually see how it's a square and then it turns into a circle as you hover over by it. I can rotate and change the direction of these. So this is what makes it all interactive. So here's going to be the first frame, here's the second, here's the third. To make that happen, you have to hit edit path because these are the paths. So I'm going to hit edit path and hit frame 1, and then you can see it goes over there to frame 1. Then I'm going to hit frame 2 and then frame 3, and it goes 1, 2, 3. So that's perfect. That's what I want. I want to hit done. Now I'm going to click over here and it's going to zoom in and center that frame for me. So now I can work within this frame. So this is going to be the first slide, and I want to add a picture. So insert up in the middle, and you can put images. You can also put YouTube videos. So when you do a YouTube video, if you wanted to, you can just put the link to the YouTube video right there, and it's going to embed the video right into your presentation. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put a picture. So I'll do image. This is really neat, by the way. You can select the pictures from your computer, but if you don't have a picture on your computer and you're looking for something, for example, your company logo, you can search for that. So I'll just do Remax logo because I have a lot of Remax clients. So I'm going to hit search, and you're making a presentation, and now you're looking for the different logo that you want to use. Here, that seems to be a popular one, so I'll insert that. There. Now I have that within my presentation, so I can click on it, and remember how when you click on the picture it puts a square on either corner? Well, this allows you to scale it. So I can make it smaller and put it up in the top right of every slide if I wanted. Now I want to add another picture, so I want to add image, only this time I'm going to do it from my computer. So select files, yeah, I'll do that one. So here, pretend this is a presentation that I'm making for a power of sale tour for a local Remax agent. Okay, so that's the first slide, and then I'm going to move on to the second one. So over on the left, I'm going to click frame 2, and it's going to zoom over to frame 2. Now I'm going to add another picture. I don't want this power sale stuff, so let's do here. Show them that we're going to tour all of these properties. And I want to make it bigger. Okay, frame 3, click on it, and it's going to zoom over to frame 3, and I'll just add any old picture. I'll add, this time I'm going to add a symbol, because you can add pictures. I showed you how to add pictures the two different ways. One is by searching Google, the other is by your computer. Well, there's also symbols and shapes. So I'm going to click symbols and shapes, and it gives you all of these different ideas. So I'm going to say the picture of the iPhone looks cool. So I'm going to put that down here, and I want to add text to this slide. So I'm going to just click where I want the text, and it turns into a text body. So and when you click on it, remember the squares, you can zoom in and out and make it bigger or smaller. And then also if you go to the edge of the square, it turns into the circle. That allows you to rotate it, so I can put it on an angle if I wish. And what I like with inserting the symbols and shapes is that it doesn't make it a picture, and you can actually zoom in and in and in and in and keep on going. There, that's as far as I can go. So I'm going to add text to this. Now, because in this slideshow I'm going to be on this slide, and at the end of it I want to zoom into this text, I zoomed into where I wanted the text. I put the text. Now I'm going to have to add another frame. So I'm going to frames and arrows, draw invisible frame, and I'm going to draw the frame over where I want it. So there, now I have slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, and slide 4. So I want to go to the beginning of it and hit present, just so you can see it. So this is the first slide, and I'm talking about it. So hey guys, this is my presentation. I just want to share this information with you. We're going to go tour all these properties, and it's going to be lots of fun. And then I want to talk about this part, and oh, by the way, and then it zooms right into that last frame. So you can get really interactive with your presentations. So that was a super simple version of it. And if you don't like the order, you can change just by clicking. And now it goes slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, and then it's going to zoom out to that one. So you can change the order just by holding on it and then repositioning. So that's one way of doing an easy presentation. The other one is, this is another way of doing it. I'm going to delete all of this. Insert, image, and select from your computer. So I'm just going to pick a whole bunch of pictures here. There. So I'm adding all these photos right here, and I'm going to zoom out once it's done. So another way that you can make the presentation is just by putting all the pictures right in to a blank document, and then hit Edit Path and click on the actual picture without adding the frame. So the picture is the frame. So I'm going to do this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, and kind of go all over the place with it. And hit Done. So now that's my presentation. So it's going to kind of like jump between the different ones. And to make it really fun, I'm going to turn a couple of them on the angles. Now let's see what this presentation looks like. So it zooms in, and then it's going to jump to the next, and then the next, and then there I am, and keep on going. So that is a super simple way. Wow, those are really ugly pictures though. You want to use high resolution pictures. I use little itty bitty icons just as a quick example, but you can see how easy that was. All I did was insert, and you can add all of your pictures. Image, select file, pick all of your pictures, and then to make each one of them a path, you just hit edit path, click on the picture, and then hit done. And that's it. So now you got your presentation. So I'm going to leave here, exit. Go to my Prezis. So here's the one that I was playing around with you guys. Here's the one that I showed you earlier. Now, what I like about it is you can share this with your team. So if I click on this one, it's going to take me to the screen that I can download it. So I could download this onto my computer. Sometimes I do presentations at conferences and offices and they don't have internet. And because this is internet based, I would be screwed because I wouldn't have my presentation. So I can download it onto my computer and just use it without internet. So that's a great option. And you can share it. So I can share this presentation with the people on my team, for example, and then they can be out there on their iPhone and any other computer, have access to the presentation and be able to run through it. So once you make one presentation, your whole team will have access to it. And then say your team changes, you can make the changes needed in the presentation, and now all of them have the same updated version of this presentation. So as teams change and grow in the future, your presentations change and grow in the future too. Well, you'll only ever have to update the one, and everybody within the team is going to have a copy of that. So when I email you guys this video, I'm going to email you the link so that you can get Prezi and try it out. I'm going to email you the link to check out Obeo if you wish. It's a really cool company. And then I'm also going to send you Prezi has a tutorial section that shows you more depth and more detail on how to do fancier tricks. I don't want to confuse you with any tricks. There is some pretty cool stuff that you can do. So just watch the tutorials and see the examples that they do, no matter what the content is or topic is about. Just see how the presentation is and then think, oh, how would that work in real estate with what I want to communicate? So I'm going to email that off to you guys, and then I'm going to follow up as well. So thank you very much.